Why did you become a recording artist?
Growing up, I always liked music growing up, so it was like something I always had a thing for. So it's like once I got to the age limit of I could do whatever I wanted to do on my own time, that's what one of my friends was rapping at the time. And we was into music, like we listened to a lot of Lil Rekk, G Herbo, A Boogie. So he had a studio, so I just would go there. And then everybody used to tell me like, you look like a rapper, you could be a rapper. I know you could be a rapper, and I ain't never like really like it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. My mans was a rapper though. He took me to the studio, and then he taught me the ones and twos, and then I just like ran with it. Everybody told me like, yeah, you could be a rapper. So I just went with that. Like, all right, let me see what this about real quick. And now we here. All of this.
Care to share any of the names of the people you just mentioned?
Oh yeah, Young Nicks, Free Him, that's my mans. We go back like till I was a kid. That's the really only person that was around at the time when we really started. Like I started wanting to be a rapper. It was just me and him every day, like for 2-3 years, every day, just me and bro. So it was like, feel me, Free Him though.
How'd you first meet? Do you remember?
Me and Nicks.
Yeah.
He was messing with my sister. When I was growing up, he messed with my stepsister. So it was like, and I was a kid, he was older than me, feel me? So I was like 14, he was like 17, 18. They was already like doing them. They was in the streets doing them already. Like I catch heave of him when he come around. So it's like, but then I start going with him more, like as I got to know him.
And when it came to hip hop, rap music, how did you get into that genre of music specifically?
We would listen to my favorite artist is Lil Rekk. So I always would listen to Dirk, and we would just listen to all types of music all the time, like Chief Keef, Dirk. I listened to all that growing up, so it's like, why not do this? This is stuff that's implanted in my head already. I'm listening to them do it all day. So I'm gonna just try my lane. I know this is my lane when I do it. Like, yeah, I could sit down and rap one of their songs all day. I know I could go make one of my own songs.
Was that the first genre of music you actually encountered in your life, was hip hop and rap?
Yes. Yes, for sure.
And it sounds like some of these names you mentioned were a musical influence to you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's obvious, I assume, at this point you've met A Boogie.
Yeah, that's my brother. That's my brother right there.
What about the other names that you mentioned? Lil Rekk, and then you mentioned another name I forgot.
I never really met Dirk in person. I talked to him over the phone before, but like I never met none of them. Like everybody, I just like Dirk, Herb, and them. Like I know some of their friends type. You feel me? Like I ain't too like be up on people. Like yeah, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You feel me? Like we. Feel me? That's how I maneuver. That's how I operate. Like I ain't never meet none of them, but one day, you feel me? We gonna definitely meet, work up. Feel me?
You did mention A Boogie.
Yeah.
It was someone you listened to, and now actually you're on the same label.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like, and what was that like when you actually meet him for the first time?
It's crazy, cause it's like me from ninth grade, like high school. Everybody, when Boogie dropped, it was like, feel me? All my family is from like Philly, Jersey, New York. So when we was all on that type, you feel me? So me growing up, I always wanted to be like, you know, and everybody, I'm trying to be like Boogie. So when I finally met him and all that, it wasn't even like no like fan thing, like, or no like, it was like they treated me like family from the first day. Like everybody, like the whole team, Highbridge, like. It was some family thing. That's why I'm here today. Like, it's not about none of that. Like, you feel me? Boogie, like, really, like I was thinking it would probably be different, you feel me? Like, my experience of me being a rapper, me signing to Highbridge is way different from other people's situations, you feel me? I feel like I got a better situation right now. I'm not trying to knock nobody, but you feel me? It's like we family over here, so it's like I just appreciate Boogie, appreciate my whole team for everything they do.
But technically, you're not biologically related to anybody on Highbridge.
Nah, not at all, not at all.
And when you meet A Boogie, it sounds like you met him after you had signed.
Yeah, I know. I met Boogie before I signed.
You did?
Boogie took me on a jet. Like the second day I met him, like ever talked to him, he took me on a jet with him to Atlanta. Like come down here. We came down here. It was crazy. Like they took me and put me on a G5. I never been on a private jet before. Feel me? Like, it was just crazy. Like yeah.
And you came to Atlanta.
Yeah, we came to Atlanta and we shot. I think he shot Monica video to St. John's on Monica Lewinsky. Yeah, he did that. It was crazy though, you feel me? It was just crazy for me because I ain't never did none of that. Like, I'm on a plane, I'm on a private jet, then I'm with Boogie. Then, you feel me, I got jewelry on, I'm doing things I never did before, so it's like a crazy feeling. And so it's like, I never wanted that to change. I don't never want that to change, you feel me? So now I just be working crazy.
So you actually meet Boogie before you sign.
Yeah.
And was that, when you meet Boogie, was that, I don't know how to describe it, was that part of courting you to be part of Highbridge? Was that?
No, it wasn't even like, yeah, it wasn't even like, yeah, let's bring Boogie around so we could, it was like, let's bring Reek around Boogie and see, like, you feel me? Like, let's catch the vibes. Like, it was a vibe thing. It was like, let's see if it's going to feel right, if it's going to be right. Because if it feel right, it be right, you feel me? It's always, you can always do something with it. If you feel you got that gut feeling, you feel me? And they had that gut feeling, just like I had the feeling, you feel me? Like, so now, like, it's just crazy, you feel me? I'm just blessed that that happened.
Now, for time reference, it's February 2021.
Yeah.
At this point, are you a full-time recording artist?
Yeah, full time.
How long would you say you've been full-time? Rough estimate.
4 months, probably. 4 months, 5 months. Type shit like that.
And you actually do sign
Yeah.
a recording contract with Highbridge.
Yeah.
And do you become full-time after you sign, or were you starting to be full-time before you actually signed?
I was starting to be full time before I actually signed. Like months before, like probably like a couple months before, like 6. I want to say like 6 months. It's to a point where I lived in the studio. Like I moved out of my house, and I moved out of my house, and I moved into the studio to a point where I put all my clothes in the studio. It was like to that point, like I knew I was going with, like every day I wake up, I'm recording myself. Like it might be sessions calling to book the studio. I might go in there and change it up. Like it was that to that point, like, oh yeah, I know I'm gonna be a rapper now. Like I'm calling engineers and doing all that myself now. Like, you feel me? I used to play around, come to the studio, listen to a few beats and leave. Like, this ain't for me, go back to the block. Now it's like, we go in there, we gonna lock down and listen. We don't care, we don't like the beats, we gonna listen to it, you feel me?
And what age were you, or I don't even know if you were in school at the time or not?
When I started, no, I wasn't in school. I was the same age I am now. For real, I was 21, 22. I was 21, 22. Same age right now. And I wasn't in school when I just did that.
Now, when it came to Highbridge, how did that happen?
It's crazy, cause one of my friends from New York, he got a little music thing going for me. His name Weezy. He hit me up like, yo, bro, I like what you got going on, this, that, and the third. Like, we always keep in contact on music, you feel me? But one day I hit him, and he hit me like, yo, bro, you gonna make it soon, you feel me? Like, your time coming, bro. Like, just stay down, stay out the way, stay out the hood, don't let nothing happen to you. It was like 2 weeks later, I'm in a barbershop getting in shape up. I'm going through my DMs, and I just see I see QP, Don, I see a couple other Highbridge people, like, the bros texting me. This before, like, we was locked in, you feel me? So I'm just thinking it's fake for real. So I ignore it. I ignore it while I'm getting a haircut. So we talking about all that. We talking about getting signed and all of that. Like having barbershop conversations. Like, they like, what you gonna sign to? Who you signed to? I'm like, I signed to Highbridge. I signed to the Highbridge for free, for real, for real. And my man like, yo, go back to your DMs and check that joint, make sure it's real. So I go back and check Don joint. He like, yo, bro, what's up with you? I text him back. I text QP back. They like, slide down on us. Come holler at us. We want to see what's up with you. I'm like, all right. So shit, I think I get on the train by myself the first time. Get on the Amtrak and go by myself to go meet him. So then I meet everybody, and it was just like, from the rip, it was like, from the rip, it was like a good feeling. Like, every time I be around them, I feel good. Like, it's not a time where I could be depressed, stressed out, get around them. I know, like, all of that feeling just go away, feel me? And I ain't never had no feeling like that for real, for real.
What was it about you that caught their attention?
Probably, most likely, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people heave to me and liken it to the ways that I look. The way that I look attract a lot of people. People would say I'm a handsome person, handsome nigga, handsome young man, whatever you feel me? So you catch that, and then I could sing, and you feel me? I really got talent. So when you listen to my music, you hear my life, you hear what's going on with it. It's like, you could just tell, like, oh, he ain't just talking, like, you feel me? It's coming from somewhere, so it's like, yeah, like, that's how it is.
But at that time, when you caught their attention, did you have a song that was buzzing at all? Did you have a buzz?
Not at the time. I was on ice for real, but I had a song called "Proud of You," but I dropped it 6 months before, 6 months to 8 months before they hit me up, type, like probably a year for real, for real. So I wasn't even dropping for real. I was on ice. I was chilling in the studios, type shit, like with my niggas, chilling every day, like. That's why when it happened, it was just so crazy. Like niggas really ain't even want to rap no more. Like that shit right there gave niggas like everything. That joint, like, it put everything back in me. Like, oh yeah, like, it's time to go now, bro. Like, feel me? You don't got, it's your chance right here. Not be on the block, be in the hood. So I'm like, yeah, shit. I'm gonna take this one right here. Feel me?
And that's why you chose to sign with them?
Nah, I chose to sign with them just cause, like I told you from the rip, the way they made me feel from the rip, like on some street shit, like on some around family shit, like the way I grew up different than most people, you feel me? Like, I never had nobody really care about me or give a fuck about me, like, you feel me? Like, my mom, she loved me to death, but my mom worked 2 jobs all her whole life. She don't got enough time to love me how she want to love me, feel me? My dad, he worked 2 jobs and he, feel me, do him after that. So it's like, I raised myself, me and my sisters, and the streets raised me. So it's like, shit, like, them niggas make me feel like, and when I'm around, they make me feel good, like a genuine feeling. Like, I don't gotta feel like I gotta put on the front to be somebody, you feel me? Or I gotta hide my real self from niggas or something. Like, it's like real feeling, genuine love. So I was like, I signed to them for that. Like, not the money, not the name, or none of that shit. It's like, yeah, I signed to them cause the family, the relationship, the way we is, like, you feel me? It's just on that type time.
Did you pass on any other offers before signing with them?
Yeah, I passed on a couple offers. I passed on like 5 of them, 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them. I had, 4. It was really 4 of them, but I had 5, but the 5th one was like some little quiet shit.
Care to share who?
I don't want to put them on the wire. I ain't gonna talk. But, yeah, I ain't gonna do that to them.
Looking back, did you make the right or wrong decision?
I made the right decision. I always feel though that I make the right decisions. You feel me? Like I told you earlier, your gut, if you got a gut feeling, go with it. You feel me? It's like, you feel me?
In full disclosure, M is in the room with us. He's part of Highbridge.
Mm-hmm.
And in these 4 months of you being a full-time recording artist, ever felt like quitting?
Nah, not yet, not at all. I don't think it's a day I wake up and be like, I don't want to make music or no. I don't never do that lame ass shit no more. I don't never do that lame ass shit. That's lame shit to me now.
Risk versus reward. What's the biggest risk you took for your music career so far?
Um, I lost a lot of people that I love. I lost relationships with them. Like my daughter mom, me and her, we was like super close. You feel me? Like me and her really was like inseparable. Like I bring her everywhere. Like she like, you feel me? She like fire on. Like I bring everywhere we go, she go. Like it's like that shit. Like the music shit, me chasing my dreams tore us apart. Like type. Feel me? And it fucked a lot of relationships up that I had going on. Feel me? So it's like that shit just hurt crazy. Like I told you, like I never had nobody that really loved me, you feel me? And she really cared about me, but for me to be trying to do what I gotta do, she ain't never understand. So it was like, that's one of my biggest things, cause you feel me, I gotta deal with her forever, you feel me? So that shit crazy.
Is that something that's talked about in your music at all?
Yeah, for sure. I talk about it on the regular, like regularly, like yeah.
Was that risk worth the reward at this point?
I would say it was. Feel me? When all is all, it was. You feel me? Cause it's like, at the end of the day, if it's not like, feel me, who gonna take care of all these responsibilities that had to be taken care of? You feel me? Some gotta give. Like, I got a mom. You feel me? My mom don't work. Like I got family too. Like, and she my family. Like it's mad stuff that just be crazy. Nobody understand. Like people just think rappers got everything good. Like yeah, it's just a hunt. Give him some money and he rich and he famous now. It's not like that. It's stressful. Like you never know what come with certain things. You feel me? But I feel though, and deep down in my heart, I made the right decision because it was a gut feeling. And it's like, feel me? You supposed to be, feel me? You're supposed to be rocking with me. You're not supposed to be like, you're supposed to be my piece, not my, that's just nut shit. But feel me, it is what it is.
Is that the only child you have at this point?
Yeah, I only got one kid.
And what age were you when you became a first-time father?
21.
Proudest accomplishment so far in your music career?
Just being around people, like I said, like just being around people, certain people that I used to like listen to a lot, like feel me, like it just be crazy when you sit like you said, like me listening to Boogie growing up. Now I'm at Boogie crib. I could walk in, I could go to Boogie crib, not knock on the door, let's just go there. Like you feel me? That's crazy. Like it just be so crazy. Like it'd be mind blowing for real. Like the things that happened to me since then, like my whole life changed.
When it comes to meeting some people that you grew up listening to or watching on television, movies, whatever the case may be, I know this though, sometimes when you meet someone that you saw from a distance, it can meet your expectations when you finally meet them.
Yeah.
It can surpass your expectations,
sure.
but sometimes it can disappoint
Yes.
your expectations.
For sure.
Have you ever been disappointed by someone you listened to or you watched that you finally got a chance to meet?
For sure. There's a lot of people. See me, I'm from the trenches for real. So it's like we standing on like all respect. Like everybody know the certain codes, you feel me? So certain things not supposed to be done. So it's like it's just like I don't even know for real. Like certain things you shouldn't even be doing out here. So it's like you got to stay in your lane type shit. Like my mom always told me that, stay in your lane. Like if that shit not for you, don't do it. Like so I just stay in my lane. I don't even, when I be listening to, like I get around certain niggas I be seeing, it be a lot of niggas disappoint me. Like a lot of these niggas disappoint me for real. Like, but there's a lot of niggas that I get around like, yo, that nigga not even really like that. Like he just chilling, you feel me? He just really like, nigga really a rapper for real. Like he not, like how they trying to make it seem like nigga a rapper for real. Like, but it's like, these niggas be crazy. These rappers be crazy. Just industry crazy, you feel me? Like, you know, feel me? The industry crazy. And I never knew that, you feel me? Outside looking in now, it's inside looking out. It's like, damn, this shit wicked, feel me?
Now, if we had a pie chart of 100%, what would you say the percentage of the people that you watched or you listened to that you finally had a chance to meet met your expectations or surpassed versus disappointed your expectations and what you thought? What do you think that ratio or that percentage is there? Rough estimate.
40% made it, 60% didn't. So it's 60% be on bullshit, 40% be on Now I understand. Yeah, I fucking with y'all type shit. Like y'all cool. But the 60%, hell no, niggas disappointed.
When you finally meet someone that you've listened to and you've watched, and it does meet your expectations or surpass it, is that a fulfilling accomplishment?
Yeah, for sure. Cause it's like you feel me? It's like, damn, bro, I really just was with bro and I'm like, you feel me? Like people see that shit on Instagram and just go mind crazy. Like, oh, you was with this person, you was with. It's not even on that type time. It's like once you lock in with somebody on that type time, it's like, all right, we locked in for real. Like we don't even like it'll not even be on no fan shit or no like rapping shit. It just be like you locked in for real. So it's like I just be certain niggas like we locked in. Like it just you know.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, because at first I asked you what your proudest accomplishment so far in your music career was. But what's been the biggest failure so far in your music career?
Trying to get in the studios. Like now it'd be harder to go get in the studios because like now it's like people be waiting for me to go to the studio. Like I go to the studio and get out the car or something. It could be people in the parking lot, you be people inside like just waiting for me, like so it make it harder for me to do what I gotta do. Like for me come out the studio, I gotta be on point. Like it's just certain thing. Like before that I didn't have to worry about that for real. Like I leave the studio, I ain't worrying about that. Like feel me, like I go to the studio, I don't gotta worry about everybody breathing down my neck the whole time. Like you feel me, it's like a everybody, you feel me, they know like I'm right here and it's like I don't know, it's like crazy. It should just be crazy.
Do you miss those old days?
Yeah, sometimes, it could be some days I'll be like, damn, bro, this shit's real. Like, it be times I call I call Super, I Boogie, like, bro, like, I be telling niggas, like, bro, I tell them I always appreciate them. You feel me? I'm appreciative because life is real. It's crazy, so it's like, I just be like, damn, this shit's crazy. Some days I really wish I could be like, go back to that, you feel me? Like, just be on some, but then I be thinking like, nah, nigga, I put in too much work to want to go back, you feel me? Like, that shit ain't, nah, I'm cool.
When it comes to tactics, method, strategy, what's the single best thing you've done for your career?
Like we said earlier, basically me putting everything aside to really chase my dream, like, noticing like, all right, bro, you really talented type shit. Like I have conversations with myself. They say I'm crazy, you say, you feel me? I have conversation with myself. I put it in my head that before the end of the year was out, that I was gonna get signed to something was gonna happen, you feel me, or I was done type shit. Like, so it's like I always just be 110% now, you feel me? So it's like, yeah.
Was that easy or hard to do?
It was hard. It was hard at first. It was hard at first because I'm not used to it, you feel me? But as I went along and got used to it, you feel me, and doing it, it became a thing where it was just like, all right, I know what's going on now. Like, all right, that's what we got to do.
And when you put all that stuff to the side, was that like the flip of a light switch?
Yeah.
And you just make a decision to do that, or was that a progression in time to get to that point?
It was like a light switch. Feel me? Because there was a lot of things going on in my life at the time. So it's like, feel me, bro? I ain't trying to be out here all like, be on the block forever. And I ain't trying to be in my baby mom crib, no job, just busting moves and doing whatever I'm doing all day, driving her car. I ain't trying to be one of them type boys. Like, I'm trying to be a boss. You feel me? So it was like, that's why I didn't understand when she was on the type time with me, like, you feel me? Saying that. So it's like, I put all that to the side because I knew deep down inside it, I could really make something, I could make something happen, you feel me? It was just like, I had to put that shit to the side. It was a light switch type thing because it was like, I made it happen right then and there. And nobody expected it either, Feel me? So that's why it's just so like crazy.
What's your definition of a boss?
Definition of a boss: somebody that take care of their family, somebody, you feel me, that take care of all the responsibilities, somebody that stays out of the way, feel me, somebody that's really on a 10 for real, like somebody that's real, like we don't even like a real nigga, like you feel me, like they say real niggas don't say real and all that, like, but there's a lot of real niggas out here, you feel me? It's just like you got a boss is a boss. Like, nigga, just cause you got money, you ain't no boss. Or just cause you fucking the baddest bitches, you ain't no boss. Nobody only like, anybody really could do that, bro. You put chains and diamonds and flyest clothes on niggas, nigga gonna go do that. So that shit don't really matter. Being a boss is really being the one to come in the room and everybody know, like, alright, you feel me? Like, yeah, like I done seen it. Like me, I done firsthand, we walk somewhere, like anywhere we go, Highbridge, we come in the building, they know, like everybody looking. It's bosses, like it's boss mode turned on. You feel me? Like they know. That's my definition of boss. Somebody that's, feel me, stepping up to the plate all the time and step up to that plate and make sure everything is taken care of.